A Ford Bronco? No. Who bought a Ford Bronco to a Jeep Audi?
Rod's allowed to tear up, and that one's not.
Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're having the mods and maintenance workshop down at Complete Offroad. So we're setting up for that at the moment. We got sunshine. I think it's going to be about 80 degrees today, so I decided to take most of the top down and come in here and get started. Yeah, we're hoping to have about 30 people, something like that, for this mods and maintenance workshop. We're going to go over different things that you need to do after you off-road. Anything that you mod the vehicle, what it affects, such as gear changes and all that good jazz. Because if you change the tires, a lot of times you need to change gears. We're going to go through all that today too, and then we're going to have a lunch about 1 o'clock. Thanks for having us down here today.
You're very welcome, Rob. I said it should be exciting.
What do you think we're going to go over today?
We're going to just kind of hit a little bit of everything. We're going to go from lift kits to different shocks and suspension. I got a bunch of displays set out over here. Different track bars, control arms, drive shafts. We're going to go through all that, kind of the hard parts, you know, why you're selecting what you're selecting, the differences between a lot of lift kits. You know, so kind of everybody's looking apples to apples when they're looking at doing stuff. After we go through that, we'll do a lot of question and answer. We'll kind of roll into a little bit of maintenance stuff, then getting some comments. You know, what do you do after you go wheeling in water? Yeah. You know, what should you check, stuff like that. And we'll hit that at the end of the day as well. So.
The other thing is, I don't know how many of them need it, but maybe just throw it out there. Say, you know, does anybody need to talk about when to put in for low or anything like that, and how to do that too. Okay. Yeah, one of our other events, there was a lot of grinding.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't realize when to use it because they've never had to.
Got a couple people, so we're just kind of grinding a little bit. A couple of already paid, so we're doing a few extra minutes to get here. But I want to thank you all for coming. Appreciate that. And Rich is going to go over some things. He's going to explain what we're going to do here. We're going to eat about 1 o'clock. And from 1 to 2, it's kind of be a social mingling. And if you want to talk to him about any products or services, you know, anything work that you want done, to do that during that time. We're going to kind of end things at 3 o'clock. I'm going to help him get pulled down. And then for anybody that wants to go on a ride, we'll take I'll be kind of a short ride, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hour ride. The place I wanted to go, we're not going to be able to go to because it's just raining too much. It's private land. It's private land and it's super, super wet. We've got a lot of capable rigs that can make it, but we're not going to tear up these times. So we'll hit a few back roads and some scenic stuff. That's about it. So make up your mind if you want to go. It's just the way it is. There's another spot, but it's underwater, which is river stuff. So I'll turn it over to Rich, and Rich, again, I'd like to thank you on behalf of Backroad Adventurers for hosting us.
You're very welcome. Welcome everybody, thanks for coming. I'm Rich. This is Chris. Chris works for me. He's here to help field questions, anything you want. You know, what are you trying to achieve? You know, so we'll just kind of go through them. We'll hit a few of the main Jeep topics. And if, like I said, if we miss one or you got a question on something, just go ahead and ask. I mean, it's open book. So first one, you know, is the lift kit. So why are you doing the lift kit? You know, are you just trying to level the front end up? You know, are you going for a different look? Are you trying to fit a particular tire size on there? Do you like the aesthetics of it? You know, are you building it to go hit a particular type of trail? You know, all of that stuff is going to come into play when you're doing your lift kit. So first one, if you just want to level it up, leveling kit's super simple. They're just a spacer that goes between the spring, you know, and the spring seat, and it raises the front up. A lot of people ask, well, why do the manufacturers even put that rake in there? Well, that's in there so when they're certifying the vehicles, they're certifying for, 4 people and so many passengers, the tow capacity and stuff like that. What they don't want is, when the customer, if they send it out level and the customer's hauling around loaded all the time, they're running tail low. On the lift kit side of stuff, so we touched on the spacers a little bit, then you can get into, springs and shocks. Then you can get into lift kits that have springs and shocks and control arms, and springs and shocks and control arms and track bars and all that, and then long arm kits and braided stainless steel brake lines and drop brackets and all this kind of stuff. And people are, go online. There is a phenomenal amount of information online, but it takes like 0.02 seconds to hit information overload, when you're trying to research something. And that's where I would prefer people just call. We'll talk you through it, whatever, and help you out. At least get you going in the right direction. And on the same line, if you find something online that you like, I think I want this, bring it down. Say, hey, I was looking at this online, I'm thinking about this, would this be good for what I want to do? We talk to people every day about this. Do you need a long arm kit? Do you need coilovers? Do you need all this kind of stuff for your daily driver? No. Do you want it? Okay, we'll do it, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you you can't have it or you shouldn't have it, but when people ask, do I need this to do this? I'm going to be honest, no, you don't. Am I the best salesman for that? Probably not, but whatever. If you're familiar with drive shaft at all, this one looks a little different than most of them. It's a bigger diameter, it's fluted. If you cut this, it looks like somebody rolled up a bunch of paper. A bunch of paper rolled around in there. It does have a slider on here. It's got this nice hard boot on here, protecting the sleeve. It's got these, they call Rapezza joints on these. I don't want to say it's like a CV joint, but it's kind of like a CV joint. There's a thing in there, a bunch of balls around here. It's nice and smooth. As it goes around, a U-joint, as it cycles, and if it's turned or angled at all, a U-joint actually changes speed from one side to the other. It's really, really hard to explain. A lot of videos online, but that's where you get, when you're turning a corner, that's where you get this in your steering wheel, because those U-joints are trying to, change speed as they spin around. Okay. Yeah, if you hopped in that thing and you're one of these guys that, I love the exhaust sound, but love to just put it on the ground and try and launch over everything that you can find, yeah, you're going to blow those axles up every time you take them out. If you're smart and you know what you're doing, things will last for years. So,
Complete Offroad also has a pretty wide selection of used parts and different things, so check them out if you ever are in the market for something used or something hard to find. They also have an RTI ramp that's fun to use.
Alright, so you just went wheeling. Oh, actually we're going to back up a little bit farther. Rob had said that he has had people ask him.
Think of it like wintertime.
Yeah,
It's a lot like wintertime.
just don't take for granted that you were doing something different yesterday than you do on a normal basis. So kind of be hyper vigilant. Hey, what's that vibration?
A Ford Bronco? No. Who bought a Ford Bronco to a Jeep Audi? Just kidding. Backroad Adventurers is all makes and models. Everybody's welcome, including Broncos. Sharp looking rig. Glad to have him here and look forward to having him on some trail rides.
So this is a 2.7 liter Wild Track. So this is the, I guess they called it like the desert runner. I got this because I don't trust Ford's disconnect for the sway bar. It seems like something that's going to break quickly. So I got a Wild Track, which has the bigger engine, bigger suspension, and I put in my own disconnect, a manual one. The other reason I got this one is because this is the same engine as the F-150s and the Mustangs. So this is the 3rd generation engine. So I'm not getting a brand new 2.3 that they derived from the Escape or something. So I've been very happy with that. And there's a lot of...
And is this a 22?
Yeah, 2022, because I had to wait because of the problems with production and all that.
And how many miles do you have on it about now?
Right now I have 2,800 miles on it. Weather's kind of getting better, so I've been taking it out, trying it out. There's a couple things already that the tie bars, people are snapping them like crazy. So just with production, everything, I gotta wait.
So what is the feature that you like the most so far?
Everything is modular on this car. So I was telling someone earlier, I can take with another person like your size, I could take fenders, bumpers, roof, doors, and pretty much strip the entire car down in an hour. So Ford, as far as I'm concerned, did an awesome job with that. A lot of newer cars, right? You're finding hidden features when you start tearing into the car. This car, everything is just right there, ready to go. So I haven't really had a whole lot of like figure out where things go problems. They did a great job just kind of laying it out well, and then that does well for aftermarket, right? You can do things quickly.
Don't mind, I'm gonna step in
Yeah.
here and just. Smells like that new car.
The back seat's really good too.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that. Flips down all
They
the
got
way.
some layback to them too.
Yep, and they'll go all the way flat, which is pretty nice.
You know, that's one thing a lot of Jeep owners do. They put a spacer block down here
Yeah.
to
to elevate it.
Jeep
Yep.
back, both front and rear.
And then it's just got like a Jeep back end.
A little more space almost looks like. Put the fender wells, those coming up.
Yep. And I got a compressor I'm working on getting installed. That's going in under here. So, like I said, everything runs really easily.
Thank you for taking the time, and
Yeah, no
I
problem.
appreciate you coming out to the show.
It's been a lot of
Workshop.
fun.
We'll see you at the Overland Workshop,
Yep,
correct?
I look forward to it.
All right, beautiful rig.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Up next was a beautiful example of a Suzuki Samurai. This is a local owned unit, and I hear it for sale. So this here is a Suzuki Samurai. Was very popular at Jeeps on the Mountain. I remember quite a few people commented on it. There was a few videos done on it. And I'm here with the owner. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Steve Klein. I own the 91 Samurai, have had it since 2006. It was not like this when I got it. So it's been a labor of love. It's unique. It's been lifted. It's got wheels and tires, bumper. The interior is all bed line. It's got a 2-inch exhaust and header. It's got a center force clutch in it. It's got an anti-wrap bar on the rear end. I'm just hitting the high stuff. There's so much on it. It's little things that have been done over the years that I can't keep track of all of it anymore. Solid little vehicle. It'll go 65 down the highway, which is unusual, and it's been a good vehicle to me.
I think Matt from Offroad Recovery,
Yep.
Recovery, I think he's making them popular now because
Oh yeah?
they got a couple of
Oh,
Samurai.
that's right. He's building one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, he did that one, and yeah, but it's really cool. I noticed the winch you have on here.
Yeah, it's
all you need for the lightweight.
it weighs about 1,400
I was thinking
pounds.
about doing 5,000 pounds for my TJ because it only weighs 3.
Yeah, that's.
If you put a block on it, but
That winch was on this bumper when I got it. It came from another Samurai guy, and I've never had to use it yet. Well, I should take that back. I hang my deer with it when it's time.
okay, could you take a look on the interior real quick? Done a great job fixing it up.
It's nothing fancy on the inside.
Oh no, but it's vinyl line on the floor.
Right. Yep.
That's very nice.
When you get to the back.
Nice rack system in the back here. Very clean, very nice.
You get around to the back. I got the
Oh, it's a whole storage box. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
the rack on top of the coolers and whatnot. Works pretty good.
Hey. Very nice. I appreciate you coming out to the
All right. Thank you.
workshop. And very nice rig.
Thank you.
What are your future plans with it?
Don't know for sure. It might be for sale. It
Okay.
might even actually be sold as we speak. So
All right.
they don't
Well,
last long when you get a good one. So
Whoever may be buying it is getting a good deal, I think. It's
yeah, it'll still be around town. So
very nice looking example of it. Especially for up here.
yeah, most of them are all rusted to heck, and not much left.
Okay, I was just admiring your van here. What year is it?
It's 2008.
Okay, how many miles you got?
I think about 170,000.
No problem so far?
No, no.
Good, good. And so I see you built it out. This is something that's near and dear to me since I do cargo trailer conversions.
Sure, I've done those in the
I did
past,
have a
yeah.
van conversion one time.
Yep.
Love it.
Nope. It's like the pillows are blowing out.
Did you do all the work?
I did. I bought it last fall up in Fargo, North Dakota. Drove it back. It was just an empty cargo van at the time with the steel bulkhead in it. But they quit making the all-wheel drive Chevys in 2014 when they quit the half-ton versions. So they're hard to find now. So I found the all-wheel drive. They're built on an avalanche frame, so it goes pretty much anywhere. It's got the 5.3 LS in it.
Very cool. Very nice work. I can appreciate the work and the effort in it, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
It's kind of a labor of love too.
Sure.
You do
Yeah. Yep.
This was neat little attachment.
Yeah. It's got this cabinet's got a 120 volt, 2.5 gallon ream water heater. It's got the water tanks in it. It's got a diesel heater inside, refrigerator that slides. The seats both spin around, face the rack. It's got a toilet in it.
Sure.
So we're
Take a
pretty.
look in the back here. You
Yep,
have
absolutely.
like a storage under the bed.
Yeah, yep. Oh. Air compressor, winch in a box, the diesel tank, all the electrical and the lithium batteries under this side, and the inverter, clam screen tents under that side of the bed. So
Very
tried to
nice.
pack as much in as I could.
So what trips have you taken with it? Where have you been?
Went down, first trip was 2 weeks ago, down doing s'more to Moore.
Okay.
Went to Moore Expo and did some camping a few days ahead of time, and it was a good time down there. The van did okay. So still got some work in progress, a few more things to get done on it. But it'll be
I've
taking some moto
experienced that they're
trips
never
this year.
finished.
What's that?
I've experienced that they're never finished.
No, yeah,
You know,
that's
there's
true.
always a little something, and when you get to using them, you say, "Oh, I wish I would have done this or that a little different," you know. And
Yep.
I know our first one that we did, I never painted it until just recently,
Yep.
and we just kept making changes, and now we just absolutely got it where we love it. So
Right.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got to get it re-geared because it's got a lot bigger tires on it.
What size are they?
They're 33s, 33 10.5s. So, well, metric size, but they're E-rated, general ATX grabbers. So, but fills it out a little bit better with the 3/4 ton springs that are added to it and the lift. So, but yeah,
Well, I appreciate you coming out to the workshop.
you bet. Yeah, it was a nice
and,
time.
hope you had a good time, and
Did.
I enjoyed seeing your van. Very cool.
Thank you.
I missed mine.
Yeah.
It was a bachelor pad for me when I got in
Right.
trouble in my doghouse.
Exactly.
So, well, you have any future upgrade plans right away, or?
Gonna try and swap out gears, get it back to a little more factory gearing,
Yep.
and put a locker in the rear, and then possibly swap out the all-wheel drive transfer case for the
Selectable?
NP241 selectable, so I'll
Yep.
have high-low and rear-wheel drive only. Because right now the
That'd be a
vans,
nice
they're
upgrade.
permanently all-wheel drive.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
You bet. Thanks.
So my name's Rob Harbin. This is a 21 Jeep Gladiator Sport. I had to go with the Sport Edition because I tow a boat around too, so I needed the extra tow package to come along with that. Did a full upgrade on suspension, so it's got a 3.5 inch lift with all Fox Sport suspension, all pneumatic suspension on it. Probably the next big upgrade for this is going to be the locking differential. Yeah.
So what upgrade do you have right now?
So right now, just the this is the Black Widow edition. So it's got the whole interior upgrade with the Black Widow stitching, all leather seating and everything to go along with that, and then all the entire undercarriage all upgraded with 3.5 inch lift kit on it, and then all the Fox Sports coilovers and everything for that. The next probably big modification for this is going to be the locking differentials. That's the only thing it didn't come with yet, so that's
Now,
next.
On the JT, do they automatically put the 44 in the front?
Yep,
what
44
I
front
wondered.
and rear because it's on the truck frame, so it's already there. And then we do a lot of overlanding, so I've got the billy bar system for the Thule two-way tent that we use for this. And I love the low profile with the truck to keep that tent below the roof,
Below the cab, yep.
roof line, and then I get the extra weight capacity
And work with
too.
your topper.
Yep, works with the cover, and then we have a slide out for the bed for all of our gear and stuff like that.
Okay. Very cool.
Running
Very
40-inch tires with the lift kit on there, so it rides really good on the road, and then I've got plenty of clearance and everything else to go off-road with it.
What trips have you taken so far? You
We've
said you got the rooftop tent.
Yep.
And the overland.
So I bought this last year, kind of midsummer, and we spent about 2 weeks overlanding through western Colorado, Utah, and just touched into Arizona a little bit. So we spent most of our time around the Fish Lake National Forest in central Utah. Did the Highway 12 scenic byway around Lake Powell and things like that, and kind of stayed in that area. Most of the Moab area was pretty much washed out when we were out there because it had been raining for a couple weeks, but we're headed back there this summer.
Okay. Yeah, we have a ride going to Moab, and then I think we're going to come back to Colorado.
Okay.
On August 12th, I think it is.
Okay. School starts back at that point. My wife's a teacher.
We were looking at
so
dates, and just all that, what worked out.
I think there's no power.
It goes off.
Oh, okay, on the front screen.
It's screensaver.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, we were looking for dates, and just you can't please everybody.
Yep.
So we just finally picked a date and went with it.
Yep.
So.
We're headed out there the last week of July, first week of August. That's when we're headed out there. We're gonna probably spend about 10 days out there again.
I'm actually getting ready to go to, Black Hills trip is on the 19th, and I'm going to head out on the 12th.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to spend 2 weeks, at least, maybe 3 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just going to go get lost in, it's not the same as, Utah area and Colorado area, but you can get away from people there too, so it's nice. All right, very nice.
Yep, thank you, sir.
I know you went with on a ride with us one time.
Yep.
That was in the winter time. And
yeah, looking forward to the next couple rides here as we get into the summer, for sure.
All right, well, I appreciate you coming out and telling us about it. And maybe we can all hook up sometime and head out west. With the cancellation of the private ground because of the rain, we decided to just do a little bit of backroading and scenic drive. So I led the group of about 6 of us down to a couple of roads that I'm familiar with, and ended up being a great time. I want to thank Chris and Rich from Complete Offroad for taking the time to have the mods and maintenance workshop. I know I like planning events like this for the group because it gives everybody a little something different rather than just going out meeting and driving around, which is all great and fun. We love doing that. But as an off-road community in a whole, we like to learn and grow together and see everybody succeed. So I enjoy having these little workshops and different things that we're having, and look forward to a lot more in the future. As far as the road conditions here, I was expecting a lot harsher conditions. We'd had quite a bit of rain 2 days before this, and surprisingly the roads were just easy. I mean, they were a little slick on top, but other than that there was nothing there. That was hard. I think you and I drove down, we drove down here and we started up the hill, and then we got into the mud, or into the snowbank, and stopped me. And then I back down here and turned around. As the leader of the group like this, you gotta watch ahead, and if you find anything that looks a little more difficult, maybe let everybody back know they need to hold up for a few minutes and see how you do. Hold up a second. But this hill proved to be nothing. It was just a little slick on top again, just like the rest of the area. So everyone made it up easily. With storm clouds rolling in, a few of us decided to go have a little bit of supper and head back home. So we stopped at a local place, which was what we like to do when we're on these type of rides. As a group, we're all about supporting the local mom and pop places. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, and please check us out on backroadadventurers.com. Always try to patronize our sponsors and partners. We appreciate that a lot. Next week's video will be back on the trailer build, but also I've got an exciting announcement about a new series coming to the Backroad Adventurers channel. I don't even think you need a car wash. See you next week.